Intimacy. This weekend, I'm going to be working with intimacy, and it's going to work on a very, very deep level that you'll have a finer connection with yourself and the world around you. So this is working very much like I did in the last webinar with Water Break and New Life, where I'm going to be working with the golden ratio. I'm going to be working with the Fibonacci codes. And what's been coming up in the last, well, directly after the last webinar was that the golden ratio is being created from the womb all the way through your life. And if there's trauma in your childhood, when you go to connect with yourself or a partner or around intimacy, you start to go deeper into your system. So it's like you're reversing, you're going inside. And if there's any sort of restriction where there was an abuse, for example, or any trauma, it stops us and then it reconnects with the mind and then it sabotages the system. So what I feel very drawn to do is this weekend is to work with any resistance around really going deep on a soul level with yourself so you can have a much more intimate connection with yourself and the world around you, and then also your partner or friends in the system. So this will work very deeply with intimacy with a partner, but also intimacy with yourself and the world around you. So it's going into very, very fine fields and sensations within the body. So this is what these two webinars will be about. And then it's going to be working with releasing a lot of control you have about dropping into oneself, dropping back into your true emotions, your heart, your feelings. So this is where we have too much control still in our system. And I'll be working with that. And then also how we set up others for rejection, abandonment, and open up systems of, say, drama and closing systems. So this will clear a lot. This will open up a deeper connection with you as a spirit in this physical body, and also a deeper connection with the golden ratio around you as well, because it's around you and it's within you. So the golden ratio, what's been coming up very strongly for me, and this is the way I work also with business as well, is that I work with the golden ratio, the Fibonacci codes in business, in life, in intimacy, because this is playing out in our connections with each other. So if the flow of the golden ratio, which naturally is in connections with your partner, with life, is a balance between the feminine and the masculine. So it's a, a dance between, like a cosmic dance between control and surrender, intention and surrender, and it moves in the system. So if you're moving alive with too much control because of trauma, it means you're blocking the system from a natural flow. You're creating blocks in your system or in your health as well, because the golden ratio is within the DNA system as well. So I'll be working very much through the genetic information, through the DNA, to work through the epigenetic fields of the ancestors around intimacy. And we have a little friend here, and we had some monkeys here earlier on. So we have a nice chameleon here. And so this will be working with through the DNA strands to open up the golden ratio through the strands and release memory fields. So you can have a much deeper connection with yourself, but deeper connection with creation itself. And then you're in synchronicity, you're in flow, you're in abundance. So yeah, if you'd like to be part of this webinar, I'll be going deep into it over the weekend. It's going to be two webinars on Saturday and Sunday. If you can't make it, then you can also purchase the recordings then after and watch it at a later date at your convenience. Like all the webinars on the Academy on my website, they all are different levels of consciousness. So as we're working through the shadow, for example, the genetic information, the genetic family system, twin work, all these different aspects of consciousness, we're getting closer to ourselves. So this webinar, as I say, will be about intimacy. And I look forward to seeing you there if you want to be part of it. And last week we were working with, if you missed that one, that was a big one as well, because that was also working with the Fibonacci codes through from conception through the womb. And it's amazing how much the golden ratio is within the womb and your experience with the womb. And the last one we did was, as you're creating in the womb with the Fibonacci codes, you're also entangling with your mothers, and the monkeys are back, and then unraveling the monkey mind. So yeah, it's about unraveling the systems. So yeah, that was last week's. So that was a deep one, and it brought a lot of people back into a deeper connection with themselves. And also what last week's was about was disconnecting from your mother's mind and your mother's belief system. So to go back into yourself and then reconnect to this intelligence, which is the sacred geometry around us, which is the golden ratio around us, which is the supreme intelligence, or God, whatever you would like to call it. So that's what we'll be doing over the weekend, and maybe I'll see you at the webinar. Have a beautiful day. Thank you.